Well, no mai haere mai people, I'm Gary Rohe, and it is my pleasure to bring you the International Invitational from Colquhoun Ballpark here in Palmerston North, nestled in the beautiful Manawatū region of New Zealand. Diamond 1 action here at Colquhoun Ballpark, featuring in this game the Czech Republic versus Australia. And as you see there on the screen, there is a decent wind blowing from left to right across the ground. A little bit of overcast. We had some rain about 10 minutes ago. Partly cloudy, 21 degrees here. Chance of rain about 70%. So a little bit of rain possible, but hopefully not likely. Joining me in commentary in this one, my colour commentator, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce my good friend and tournament boss, Eugene Gilbert.
Oh, thanks for that, Gary. No, good to be here, everyone. Welcome to Colquhoun Ballpark, especially those who are tuning in from across in Europe, Czech Republic, and all our Australian cousins across the ditch. Welcome, and just hope that we can get through this game, Gary, and weather-wise, but hey, let's be optimistic. I think we'll be fine.
Well, kia ora for that, Eugene. Of course, Diamond 1 action today has been very busy as opposed to yesterday. Of course, the weather won the battle yesterday, and we managed 5 innings of the first game of the tournament between the Czech Republic and Japan. The rest of that game was completed this morning, with Japan running our winners of that one by 3-0. Other results so far today: Australia have played Argentina over on Diamond 2. It must have been a tight ball game because that was 3-2 to Australia. Japan also played the Black Sox 6-0, and that one was your Black Sox. But just quickly, we'll run through the defensive lineup for the Czech Republic as we're about to get underway. Out of doing the field, the outfielding out there is Wojciech Buchner at right, Lucas Kubat and Jan Hospodka at left field. At shortstop is Jacob Heine. Third base is, as I lose my feet there, third base is, sorry, paperwork's in the wrong, Nicholas Klaus. There we go. Second base, Milan Jules. Thomas Klein at first base. And Marek Risvi is doing the catching to Mikhail Holobradek out there on the pitcher's mound. So offensively, we've got Australia in their regulation green uniform. Leading off will be Scott Patterson, followed by Hayden Matthews, Nick Shales, Marshall Cronk, James Todhunter, Julian Jermott, Joshua White, Jack Burt, Brendan O'Byrne rounds out the batting order for Australia. We're about to get underway in this one. Top 6 nations in the world here, Eugene. There's not an easy ride in any of the games at this tournament. This one won't be any exception.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I guess with this tournament too, they're really just trying to dust off the cobwebs and turn their arms, swing their bats, and try and get some sort of rhythm heading into next week. But hey, we're all competitors. They don't want to lose, man. They want to win.
Absolutely. It's what it's all about is in this tournament. And just out there, we've got another team, and that, of course, is the team in blue. At third base, we've got Scott McLaren. Lee Evans is patrolling things at first base. And, of course, at home plate, we've got Bryden Wells. There we go, the other team out there, the team in blue. First pitch about to come. It's high and over the top from Holobrady to Scott Patterson, number 19, from Australia. Well, it's so much of a good feeling to see international softball back on our shores after so many years. How good is it, eh?
Oh, just that, that COVID, it not only hit us, it hit the whole
we
world.
don't use the C word anymore, okay? Pandemic
Exactly.
is also banned.
Is it
We had a break for about 2.5 years.
Had an intermission for about a couple of years, and I've been looking forward to this for the last 6 months, and I'm just wrapped to have international softball, and so is Mark Sorensen and the Black Sox.
Well, there we go. And of course, all of these teams, as Eugene has said, are tuning up for the World Series, which starts in now 7 days' time.
Saturday was the kickoff.
Saturday, the 26th of November at, come on, Eugene, testing you here, North Harbour.
At North Harbour, yes it is. I'll be there, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, like you, Gary, and...
So much looking forward to it. So much looking forward to it. And for the first time in history, outside of a World Cup, of course, and this is worldwide history, we've got the top 6 nations in the world right here in Palmerston North. So if you're able to listen to this live stream and you're close by, get on down here, because the rain's not having that much of an effect. In fact, it's just about perfect conditions for softball right now. Well, we've got a bit of a conference going on out there by the Czech team. Very early for such an elongated conference, and I think that had a little bit to do with Holobrady throwing the first 3 pitches of the ball game straight over the head and into the back net.
Yeah, a little bit of footing problems. He's just done a little bit of gardening, but probably also a little bit of moisture on the ball, and well, he's ready.
I can tell you, the way these guys like to dig out the dirt out there, that gardening's not going to last long. Of course, international regulations, as we see the first batter is Scott Patterson. He earns a walk down to first base here in the top of the first innings. Holobrady really having trouble coming to grips with the conditions out there, and the game is only 1 batter old. That'll bring to bat number 14, Hayden Matthews, for Australia. And as I say, they're under international conditions out there, so the pitchers are on the dirt diamond, and of course the batters are also batting out of the dirt. These days we get used to artificial surfaces, but not for World Series and top senior international events.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough start here for the pitcher. Not able to hit anything through that zone.
It's an interesting one to come in because, these teams, whilst, as you said, they do love winning, they're also out there to tune up for next week. And, getting themselves in tune. As I see, a nice rise ball, unable to get that one in the zone. He's now thrown something like 6 pitches, and they've all been outside the zone to start the ball game off. I've seen Holobrady pitch on live streams before, and I know he's a much better pitcher than that. As we see, one just greased the top of the strike zone for a strike call. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Hayden Matthews. Well, of course, we've just seen the Black Sox lose to Japan. A very impressive Japanese outfit we saw out there, Eugene. And I think whilst all 6 of these teams, I believe, will have a shot at the World Series, I think this, my own feelings, and I've seen them play 8 or 9 innings already, is that this Japanese team might be something special.
Yes, they are. They're always a tough team at any of the age grades and senior men's, and full credit to them. They play hard, fair, fast softball, and they got it over us on the previous game.
Hey, that's right, but of course the Black Sox, along with Australia, out of these Six Nations have had definitely the fewest opportunities to play international softball, go away and play regularly in the last 2.5 years. So we're very much playing catch-up out there. As we see another walk, this time to Matthews. We now have runners on the corners for Australia, and Australia with the real first scoring opportunity in this ball game.
Yeah, outside of the domestic game, and a few of them shoot over to ISC to play. Yeah, this is about the toughest international stuff they've had in a while, New Zealand, Australia.
That's a bad number now, number 27, Nick Shales for Australia. Nick's been around for a very long time in this Australian outfit, one of the real top players in world softball, and it's a real pleasure to see him back on New Zealand shores as well.
No, top players. And when his eye is in, you don't want to leave anything over the plate anyway.
Nice pitch there by Holobradek out there. Well, the Czech very much a rising nation in terms of world rankings. They're inside the top 6 now, hence one of the reasons why they're here. And certainly a team that on their day could take any of these top 6 teams all the way to the wire.
Yeah, and they certainly came through at the under-18s a couple of years ago, finishing in the top 5, and they've some of them are here today in the team, but they're one of the rising teams in Europe, if not the top of the crop.
Well, I managed to get a few words with the Czech coach just before this game started, and he did inform me that there are in fact 8 of the squad from the 2020 World Series team, which was also here at Palmerston North. So at least those 8 are very familiar with the conditions here at Palmerston.
Yeah, they would. They'd be very fond of this park.
Yeah. But there we go. I mean, and that conversion rate for them just says a lot to their development program, and the fact that the rest of the squad are mainly under 23.
Yeah, the average age, especially in this Czech team, is would be close to being the youngest.
Yeah.
But full credit for the development program, and similar to Argentina, just really worked well with that development. And
there we see a fly ball on the infield, and getting under that a little way in the end, he makes it look quite spectacular. It took about 10 seconds to come down. It went so high. But there we go. The Czech Republic have managed to manufacture the first out of the ball game, and it was Nick Shales.
Oh, at the end of the day, a catch is a catch, no matter how acrobatic or anything. So no,
safe in the glove is still out.
Yeah, that's right. There's a little bit of a swirling wind, as we can see from the flags and that. So no, good on him.
Well, yeah, we did have some nearly heavy showers just about half an hour ago. Wind has blown those clouds away. The sun is just about threatening to come back out here. As you'll see on your screens, it's slowly getting brighter and brighter out there. It's still pretty warm though, at 21 degrees, so Palmerston North is sort of turning the switch on and off depending on how it feels as to whether we can play softball or not. Yesterday was a definite no.
No, yesterday was not the greatest.
Oh, and there's Czech have let a run in as they've got the runner out there in a rundown. Now that's cost Australia an out, but that's not bad news because that's also given them the first run in the ball game.
Nice play from Australia, deliberate play where they can
instigate the run down.
Instigate that run down and then get that runner home from third. So nicely done there, and good on him, take an early lead.
Bringing to bat number 26, Marshall Cronk, on a nice piece of play by the Australian offence there. They managed to get the Czech Republic in 2 minds about where the out was going to be, and as you saw on the replay there, the rundown was made, but the run was scored. 1-0 to Australia, top of the first innings.
Yeah, like you said, we had that possible shower or a bit of a rain a little while ago, but the locals have thankfully got this wrong. I've been talking to them all this morning, and they said by 2-3 o'clock the heavens were open and all that. And I've been taught to listen to the locals, but I'm just thinking glad they're wrong this time.
So far.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So far.
There's a long time to go in the day and a lot of softball to play. So the idea, of course, is to get it all in. As the third walk of the ball game now by Holobradek. We're starting to get a little bit worried about his performance out there.
No, good at bat there from Cronk. They're definitely playing the patient game, knowing that Holobrotic is just struggling to hit that zone at the stage.
Well, in tournament-wise, for you, Eugene, you're a very busy man. So how much busier does it make somebody like yourself who's in charge of the tournament when the weather interferes?
Yeah, no, Gary, the number one thing in tournaments for me is the weather. And I only really get busy once that weather turns to custard, and it unfortunately did on day one. So a little bit, I'm earning my money this weekend.
Nice one. Of course, there are so many schedules that need rostering, of course, not the least of which would be the umpires.
No, it's umpires, it's the scores, but the actual key thing is meal times. Everyone's got their meals planned where they're eating and all that, and when you change your draw up, you basically, out the window. That's right.
Things up on the fly.
That's right.
Of course, we've gone from a tournament that was going to be played solely on the number one diamond here at Colquhoun Park to being played on two diamonds. I do believe, Eugene, we're all caught up.
Yeah, no, touch wood, we're on schedule and everything. So without any more rain delays, we should be able to get through till tonight, which is great.
So a real tribute to the organisational skills of the staff involved. And that's not just the administrators out there, but also the grounds crew. I know we attended in a social event last night where there was a lot of talk about the ground crew here in Manawatū. And I've got to echo the sentiments. This is the finest ground crew you will ever see in this country for getting a ballpark in shape for a tournament, and then keeping it in shape throughout the tournament. These guys here at Manawatū Softball Association are fantastic.
Unfortunately, Gary, I need to stay unbiased. I know so many associations, and I've seen, they're great.
Well,
grounds crew around the country.
The thing about it is if you're going to make them the best, and I think that's the best I've seen, you're talking about the best of a good bunch.
Yes, a great bunch.
I've been to tournaments all over the country, in Christchurch, North Harbour, and Nelson, and other parts of the country, and without exception, they all do a great job. But this Manawatū crew, the crew in green, are an absolute treasure.
Yeah, no, they're certainly up there. They're certainly up there, and I don't know, it's just humbling to see in all the parks around the country those who are giving back, and it's to the game. It's to the game, and there's plenty of them, but I have to admit the Manawatū ground crew is right up there.
Yeah, well, we managed to talk our way into a break for a pitcher, bringing on number 48. As you see, with the sun just coming out and the plane flying out in the background there, the blue sky is beginning to dominate things out there. It's still a very warm 21 degrees, partly cloudy, and it is just becoming perfect conditions for softball, Eugene. We're seeing a change out there on the mound from the Czech Republic, and they're bringing in number 48. Did they start with somebody else? they made a switch on us.
They did a slow one on us.
I've got 48 as Holobrotic has been the starting pitcher, so they must have done this slow on the commentary team and put another pitcher out there. Our apologies, but we can only deal with the information we're given, and the pitcher that has come in to do the pitching now is in fact number 48, Mikhail Holobrotic.
Yeah, so all the fans of Mikhail, we apologise for that, but no, it's just something needed to change on the mound, obviously, and hopefully Holobrotic can get straight into his game and start hitting those zones.
No, that's fantastic, and we'll move on from that because we've got a ball game to look at, and of course Australia are at 1-0 already in the ball game. And let's not forget there's 2 outs. We're still only in the top of the first innings. I know it's taken a while to get through, but you've got up to bat for Australia now. Still in there is number 38, Julian Jamot, and of course Australia with runners at 1 and 2. All caught up again now, ladies and gentlemen. Marek Marley was the pitcher. He has been changed for number 48, Mikhail Holobradic. Well, another one of the Czech Republic that throws with power, Holobradic. And looking pretty good there. Now, we've also seen, talking about the weather frequently, because it has, as we see a pass ball go, and Australia advance 2 runners. Eugene, we're just seeing those flags drop a little bit out there.
Yeah, we did. It's been blowing a bit, but at the moment, no, it's gone quite still, which is I don't mind actually, because the sky's so clear and blue. Nothing blowing in will be great.
Yeah. As we see one going over the top there for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Can you just let them know inside we've lost sound in our headphones? You can take it with you.
I've lost all sound, but they must still hear me, eh?
Yeah, they'll probably keep rolling as if they're still there. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen, back in with the ball game there. Just a couple of technical difficulties as we see a hard hit for a foul. Runners at 2 and 3 for Australia. 1-0, an early lead in this one. We've already seen a pitching change out there. There we go, there's a squeeze play on here now. The runner's going to score, but not before the out is taken at 1. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long first innings, top of the first innings. But the upshot of it is Australia have converted 1 run to 0. They lead this ball game. We'll see what the bottom of the first innings looks like when we come back in just a minute. They can probably still hear us. When this happened yesterday, I think I can still hear them on the live stream.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like we're on. Having some technical difficulties there, so if you can hear us talking to each other, but that had nothing to do with the ball game, then that's why. But we're back here in the bottom of the first innings. We've got a quick run through the defensive lineups. There we go, Australia. We've got O'Byrne, Patterson and Matthews in the outfield, Jermott, White, Todd Hunter and Cronk in the infield. Beesgrove doing the pitching to Jack Burt in the catcher's position. They'll quickly run through the batting lineup as well for the Czech Republic. Their leadoff will be number 10, Lucas Kubak, followed by Nicholas Klaas, Thomas Klein, Marek Marley, Wojciech Buchner, Jakub Heine, Milan Juk, Matej Riesby, and Jan Hospodka. There we go. That rounds out the lineup for the Czech Republic. There you see it on the screen there. Kubak, Klaas, Klein, Marley, Buchner, Heine, Sok, Riesby and Hospodka. Rounds out the lineup for the Czech Republic. Be interesting to see what they bring to this one. But just like the rest of the teams in this tournament, in in this tournament, Eugene. It is a pleasure to see Australia here.
Oh, it is. It's always. One of the first names I always even look at and make sure is Adam. I like seeing Adam here, and but all the boys are.
Of course, Eugene's talking Adam Fulcard, who for many years has been the number one, considered the number one pitcher in the world.
Yes.
And certainly Australia's ace for, along with Andrew Kirkpatrick for very, very many years. And yes, absolute pleasure to see a pitcher of his stature come to Palmerston North and show New Zealand indeed just what he's capable of, and one of the reasons why this very talented Australian team are a big threat at next year's World Series.
And as we keep saying, the top 6 teams in the world are here, and the difference is minute. They're very. They know each other. They play in off seasons, and
Yep. Of course, a lot of these players do see each other at many tournaments around the world, not just for their international teams, but also for the club teams they play at in the United States and Europe. Softball for some of these guys is very much a full-time job. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kubat from the Czech Republic here in the bottom of the first innings. And Kubat has launched one out to left field. It's 1 bounce into the fence out there. He's rounded first. He's heading to 2. And that's a beautiful piece of lead-off hitting from Kubat. He's safe at 2. And Czech Republic get themselves underway on this one. That'll bring to bat number 96, Nicholas Klaas.
Oh, a nice hit. No, it was a nice hit out to deep left field, and got him a stand-up double, and just what the coach ordered.
Yeah, well, an ideal start for the Czech Republic. This one, you see the replay there. It was 1 bounce into the left field fence. It was deep. Deeper? Deep. Here we go. Beesgrove, the pitcher for Australia. We saw him start the ball game off yesterday. Or actually was scheduled to start yesterday. Never got a chance, did he?
No. No. Last night was not the best.
There we go. Nice job. Beesgrove, an Australian hurler, looks to be a pitcher. Once again, we're seeing a lot of them, as you do at this level of play, who pitches with power. There we see a nice take by first base out there. He charges in and takes the advancing batter Klaas out. The first out here in the bottom of the first innings, but the Czech Republic have now advanced that runner around to 3.
Nice simple play from all involved. The key though is he run around onto 3. Any pass ball, we'll see a bit more action.
Number 19, Thomas Klein, comes up to bat for the Czech Republic. Marshall Cronk doing a nice job out there at first base on that out. Kubat around to third base in this one. Oh, there we go, you see. So the numbers on the jersey out there don't tell you what the number I've got on my sheet. The Czech Republic have done it again. We'll go with the batting order for now until we... They are a team that rings a lot of changes, frequently and often. 2 people you'll get to know in softball, frequently and often. 2 balls, 1 strike on Klein. Marley it is, in fact, Marek Marley. There we go. I've got him down as number 27, and he goes out there with a jersey with number 18 on.
Yeah. But he was a starting pitcher as well, so, you know.
Right. His name seems to pop up in a few places. Makes you wonder if he's a theoretical player. Mythical. Ghosts in and out of the team. He'll turn up at the outfield soon. But we're already seeing a good mix of power hitting and top-level pitching, Eugene, and it's been difficult to get a gauge. As we see our third strike there, it's been difficult to get a gauge on what's going to dominate the World Series tournament. A little bit early at the moment. But we're now 1 innings complete. It is 1-0 to Australia as we see a strikeout on their last batter. We'll find out what's going to happen in the second innings in just a minute when we come back.
Hi, I'm Les Kendall, CEO of Temperzone. Innovation is at our core to produce ever more relevant technology, pushing the bounds of currently available solutions. Temperzone has embarked on our own decarbonising and sustainability journey, reducing our impact on the environment and the way we operate at all levels, and transitioning into a more sustainable and efficient organisation. Our products and services can assist others to make the transition and act as enabling technology to transition to zero carbon, pushing the bounds of currently available solutions and technologies that are safe and sustainable from the manufacture, installation, maintenance through to whole-of-life considerations in the circular economy.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're top of the second innings now. Australia leading this ball game by 1-0 over the Czech Republic here at Colquhoun Ballpark in Palmerston North. The International Invitational, it is a one-off tournament to get these players in tune for next week's World Series. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's just 7 days until the World Series event to be held in North Harbour. It will be an absolute fantastic event. If you haven't got your ticket, you better get in there and get in for that one, because it's going to be a 10-day tournament. You know, 12 of the top teams in the world going at each other to vie for that World Championship status. Let's not forget our very own Colquhoun Black Sox hold the record for that with seven championships, and definitely on a home tournament. They'll be looking to increase that to 8. But having said that, 6 of the top nations in the world are here in Palmerston North, and they'll be looking to stop them from doing that. And one of them is Australia, as we see the first out, a strikeout. Julian Jamot heads back to the dugout. He'll be replaced by a number 36, Jack Burt. That was number 4, Josh White.
Yeah, no, a nice change-up. Fooled White there, and he hadn't thrown it all the previous pitches, but no, nice change-up there by Holderberg.
Certainly has settled into his work pretty well since taking over in the first innings. He probably wasn't planning on coming in quite that quickly, Eugene.
No, definitely not. But no, he's hit a stride straight into it, and he's locating his pitches really well.
Well, Eugene, we've seen 5 of the top 6 nations on Diamond 1, but there is one very large, ominous shadow as we see a hit pitch out there, and Burt makes his way down to first base. There is one very ominous shadow cast over any game in this tournament, and that's Argentina, the current world champions. We haven't seen them on Diamond 1 yet, and by gosh, I'm looking forward to seeing them, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it won't be long before we see them. They'll be playing our Colquhoun Black Sox tonight at 7:30 here on Diamond 1, so that'll be a cracker game. Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that, of course. Argentina made history by becoming, well, certainly their country's first world champion in softball at any level. I actually know, I can be corrected. They have done it at junior level before, and obviously have converted that success into their seniors, and are now the current senior world champions.
Yes, no, like we talked about before, they've got a fantastic development program, and they did take out the under-90s a few years ago, and they were ready to host the under-23s
this year. There we go, that ball called foul. Pretty athletic go at preventing that from going down the third base line. So as you were on that, runner at one, and
the batter O'Byrne.
Number 7, Brendan O'Byrne.
Yeah, O'Byrne having a look back at umpire Wells and just saying, ooh, I didn't quite agree with you there, Blue, but
no.
There's only one that counts.
They're all good players. They never disagree with the officials out there. And Holobradek pulls the strings on that one. He wants to check with the umpire out at first base. Did he swing? And the answer, of course, is no, he didn't. Bat didn't come in around far enough. 3 balls, 2 strikes on O'Byrne. He's done a good job in this one as Holobradek looks to get on. There's a nice swing. It's going to go all the way to the fence. It's gone deep. It's gone one bounce into the fence. Australia have converted 1 run, and the runner from first base has skewed it all the way around. That was number 36, Jack Burt, to score Australia's 2nd run of the ball game.
Oh, nice. Had to centre left, deep hit out to the fence, and able to get that runner home. Good running. Was sent home, and no, good job by O'Byrne. Safely onto 2 and scoring position as well.
The second stand-up double we've seen, one from the Czech and now one from Australia. And I was talking about it before. It's been a little bit early or clear to see, and it's probably a tribute to the quality of the pitching and the batting that we haven't seen either one really get on top of the other yet.
Yeah, I've seen that in most of the games actually in the tournament. They could be also, shaking off the cobwebs after long journeys. Some of them turned up on Thursday after.
Czech Republic almost came straight from the airport, didn't they?
Yeah, and when they actually arrived, after a good 18, 20-hour flight, they asked me, is there a field we can practice on? I thought they're absolutely nuts, but good on them. Good on them, they're here to play.
Yeah, first you can get out there and do some exercise, like you say, shake the cobwebs off. And that's probably one of the things this tournament's all about for them is loosening up, shaking the cobwebs off, getting used to the New Zealand conditions, and playing themselves in a tournament like this where you get quality opposition back into a bit of form. Certainly the Black Sox, Golden Homes Black Sox, will be taking that opportunity to do that at this tournament as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, there's a nice job done by Holobradek. O'Byrne out there at second base with now 2 outs. That was Patterson, the top of the order for Australia. So that'll bring to bat number 14, Hayden Matthews.
And Patterson knew it right down the middle. He just walked off and just knew it. Oh, and a nice catch there by the spectator. Lovely, great reflex.
There we go. She can go and give some of the players a lesson. We might see him because we're seeing full card warming up down in the bullpen down there for Australia.
Yes, as we were talking about before, he's certainly still a draw card as his full card, and just great to see him here and wanting to play and wanting to win.
Well, like you say, at this level, they're all competitors. They all want to win. Of course, it can only be one win, and Holobradek gets his 3rd strikeout of the innings. Very impressive second innings for Holobradek. Very well done. Australia, however, have increased their lead and now leading the Czech Republic as we head into the top of the second innings by 2-0. We'll be back with more action in just a minute.
Te Raukuda is back for 2023. We're accepting stall space applications right now. For commercial or non-commercial groups, find out more details over on Facebook or call us on 0800 Raukuda.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in Colquhoun Ballpark, where the only thing you can guarantee about the weather is you wait 5 minutes, it's going to be slightly different. The winds pick back up, the clouds are beginning to hover again, but there's bright sunshine right above us, so we'll take advantage of it to get into the bottom of the second innings here. Australia lead this ball game over the Czech Republic by 2-0. And with 2 innings into the second innings now, Eugene, it's plain to see that Aussie obviously have stolen an early lead, but no reason for the Czech Republic to panic yet.
No, after that, that rough start pitching-wise in the first innings, it could have got out of hand quite quickly. But 1-0 down, no, that's nothing. And Holderbeck's, looks like he's found his rhythm. So. I think they were just fortunate to only be down 1 after that rough start.
There we go, at bat number 99 for the Czech Republic, which is another number that's at odds with what I've got written down. I'm sure it's right in here somewhere. And he's hit one hard through second base. Stand-up single there to get Czech Republic underway here in the bottom of the second innings.
No, Todd Hunter nearly there with a nice reflex catch, but took a lot of the sting out of it too. I think it could have got in between centre and right field, so Todd Hunter took the sting out and restricted it just to a single.
Here we go, up to bat for the Czech Republic, number 9. I make that to be Thomas Klein. There we go. Zakavahini. There we go. We're getting back up and caught up. Sorry, they're doing all sorts of things to our score sheets here, the Czech Republic.
Had to have a little glance over to make sure we had the right game. Gaz, but
no, my fault.
No, all good.
We've jumped up and down the order on a couple of occasions, so long as we land in the right spot at the end. Now one hits the dirt and enables the runner out there, Wojciech Bruckner, to advance to 2. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, one of the hard-working crew from Ballpark Broadcasting, Eli Tapani. There we go, in the dugout, fixing the camera. Nice work, Eli. Keep it up, mate. They are very hard-working, Eugene. I can attest to that. You'll see the Ballpark Broadcasting logos all over the place at the ball ground as they run around, putting out fires. Technically and otherwise.
Yeah, not only that.
Sometimes it's hunger pains.
No, with the broadcasting crew, it's the early stuff and the after hours stuff that you really, earn your money. There's a lot to set up and take down, but Oh, the broadcasting crew have come such a long way in softball New Zealand. Have been wrapped with the quality and the professionalism of the streaming, and we're just delighted.
Number 22, Milan Julk for Czech Republic up to bat now. Patterson doing a great job out there. He struck out Jakob Heine, and now beginning to settle into his work. And it's Czech Republic. Haven't managed to get off 2 good lead-off hits, but haven't managed to threaten home plate as yet. One and one here in the bottom of the second innings. Nice work from Patterson. He throws a rise ball through the zone for a strike. Beesgrove, sorry.
No, he's got ahead with that right through the zone. We're looking to exactly what I thought. Throw that rise ball, tempt that batter into a swing, but
I knew that was what you were thinking. Time for a waste pitch.
Nice little battle here.
There's a nice battle
Yeah.
here. And
it's a crucial
Yeah,
one as
and
well. You know, it's a real crucial one. I mean, we've got none
taking
out.
Beesgrove deep into account.
Yeah.
They've got a runner on 2, and there's only 1 out. So it's a great opportunity for them to really convert something here. This time it's going to happen by way of a pass ball. Oh.
Yeah,
Not going to happen.
The runner at second kicks the dirt.
Kicks the
Frustrated with
missed my
himself.
opportunity. 3 balls, 2 strikes, loads up the count now for Beesgrove. And York has done a great job so far. Can he cap it off? No, Beesgrove fires a laser beam in the inside of the plate for a strike and strikes out York. That's his second strike out of the bottom of the second innings.
Beesgrove does a great job. You know, just putting out that little fire.
Brings to bat number 14, Mate Riesvi. Yeah, definitely did threaten something there. It amazes me that the runner didn't go across the 3. This time he gets it. He gets it, and would have looked a lot better if it was a runner on 3 with only 1 down rather than a runner on 3 with 2 down. But however, he is in scoring position, 60 feet away from a run, with Riesvi up to bat. Beesgrove not really given anything to for them to look at. Tends to work around the zone a lot. The 2 pitches he has hung in the middle have both been taken advantage of by the Czech Republic.
Just outside that nice spot.
3 balls and no strikes. Pressure back on Beesgrove in this one. Throws a strike through the zone to come back to still in the hitter's count. 3 balls and 1 strike. Coming back with some quality now is the Australian hurler.
Nice corner there. Load up the count.
We'll just let the pitchers do the talking with this one, because there's only one place the ball needs to be, and that's near the zone, or in the zone. And there we go. That is a heck of a comeback from Beesgrove to strike out Riesvi from 3-0 pitch to strike out. That is a quality comeback. 2 innings complete. Australia leading the ball game by 2-0 over the Czech Republic. We'll see what the third inning brings us when we come back in just a minute. It looks like at the moment here at Colquhoun Ballpark that things are beautiful and fine. You can see that very ominous looking dark stuff in the background of your shot there, ladies and gentlemen, and that means that we're only about 5 minutes away from the threatening rain, which has been promised by the forecast but has so far blessed us by staying away, Eugene, and that is a good thing.
That is a great thing. Having a look at the weather forecast for the country. It's not the best time at the moment for any summer sports, but we seem to be dodging it at this stage, which is great. And if we can get through a few more games before it hits, it'll be very much desired.
Well, up to bat for Australia now is number 27, Nick Shales. Nick Shales, who is the DP for Australia in this one.
Yeah, it's one of the top batters down here in the Oceania region.
I'd venture to say one of the top hitters in the world.
Yeah,
I certainly have been impressed by his play over a number of years. As he earns a walk now, he heads down to first base.
Yeah, I know pitchers around the world know that. There can't be any mistakes. I remember the Cup final in New Zealand and Australia, where Joel Evans put it over, but I remember Nick, it was on a drop ball, it was out of the zone, he basically just picked it up and sent it over the fence. So he's a talent.
That is quality, definitely quality. Well, Australia with a runner at 1, none out. Number 26, Marshall Cronk up to bat. Solidly built guy. Looks like he could launch this into the upper stratosphere. High through the zone for a ball from Holobradek, who has settled in pretty well. He's walked one since he come in, but other than that has gone okay. Can't help good batting because he did give up a hit all the way to the fence.
No, he certainly has come in and steadied the ship. Just what the coach would have wanted, and good on him.
Here we go. There's a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, and we are seeing them regularly get behind in counts, which is not a good thing as the ball game goes on. I think Eugene, the Australian batsman, will eventually take advantage of that. They're too good not to.
And umpire Wells says no, that's snuck into the zone, so we've got a full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't look like the batter necessarily agreed with that one either, but it's only one person whose opinion counts, and this time he gets the walk. And we didn't want to shake the bones at Holobradek as we were just praising him for going well, but he's put another walk out on the board there, and Australia with none down now on runners in 1 and 2.
Ideal position here for Australia, none out. And
well, it is a launching platform, very definitely, with Todd Hunter up to bat now. I mean, this is their time to really put some pressure onto Czech Republic. by converting, as we see a foul down the first base line. And the Aussie runners were onto that pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, in terms of coaching, Eugene, this definitely opens up a world of opportunities for a coach to make some decisions out there.
Yeah, and if there is a time to experiment with things before the World Cup, this is the perfect opportunity.
Yeah. Maybe just push the envelope a little bit and then see how your opposition responds.
Yeah. Just have a look at them that infield
under pressure.
Yeah, do it.
You know, I mean, he's practicing the slap hit out there, so maybe that's exactly what we're going to see. But you know, some sort of sacrifice to advance those runners to 2 and 3 with none down would definitely be what they would be looking at. That pitch just off the outside of the plate looked pretty quality. But yeah, and then that's the other thing. These are the top 6 teams in the world. And you'd pretty much think that they're being run by the top 6 coaching combinations in the world in that case at the moment, wouldn't you?
They certainly wouldn't have got to the top 6 without some good coaching background and staff and high performance program as well. You know, that whole mechanism, moving joints and.
Yeah, well, these things don't just happen. There's a whole ball game that goes on behind the scenes to elevate players to this level of play. And at softball, you're talking about the peak of international, quality. The top 6 teams in the world here at Colquhoun Ballpark, of course. There's a hit there. That one's gone straight through over second base. It's going to score 2 runners. 1 runner, sorry, and Australia advanced now. And just what we were talking about, Eugene, is an opportunity to launch something here. Let's not forget there's still none out.
Yeah, no. Once you put 2 runners on with none out, you certainly put the pressure directly on the defensive team, and the offensive team have just need to pick that right pitch to give it a go, and that's exactly what happened there. And nice, a good at bat there by Todd Hunter and bring in another run.
Well, it squeezed him up, but he managed to get the ball enough on it to get it past the pitcher and through the, what would you call that, the 6-4 hole out there.
No, 1 foot lower would have been right on the snores of Hold Production,
but they had the job done. Australia still in the same position, runners on the corners. And an opportunity to continue advancing the lead. I know we're only in the second and third innings, but what they're doing out there at the moment, it almost looks, dare I say it, clinical.
Yes, they're certainly going through that textbook, and both teams, look at that, trialing things out, and a little bit rusty.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, another team at this tournament that do a very fantastic job, and that is your official scorers from Softball New Zealand. And there we go. Sitting beside them, of course, you can see the clock operating out there on the outfield fence and down here as well. We call it the 20-second clock. And, of course, that is the clock that makes sure the ball game moves along. The batter gets 10 seconds to get into the batter's box, and of course if he fails to do that, that is a strike called on him, and the pitcher gets the full 20 seconds to deliver the pitch, and if he fails to do that, of course a ball is called on the pitcher. And now the penalties that are incurred by that clock, as we see a fly ball out to right field. This has gone deep, and it's gone just a coat of paint in it. Foul.
Yes, no, it went out to deep right field along the baseline, but just foul. That would have definitely cleared the bases. And
Jamal having a joke with the umpire there because that was close.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Czech Republic boys had their hearts in their mouths that was going to land foul as well. It's the sort of one of those hits that if it goes all the way to that corner, you're going to give up the run from first base.
Exactly.
And everything in between that and home plate, of course.
And if it stays in, well, you just ride your luck. You know it can abandon you the next game.
In this case, it's very much as you were. So you see a bobble out at between third base and shortstop.
Yeah, just
causing another run to come in for Australia.
Just that bounce, a little bit of an awkward bounce there to the shortstop, caused that little fumble and able to get the runner over to first and painfully the runner home as well. So
now Australia just continue to pile on the quality in this at-bat, and they now lead the ball game by 4-0. As you see the replay there on your screen, the ball just bobbled between third base and shortstop and was unable to be taken by either of them. And in the end, Australia scored a run. They batter from the batter's box is safe at 1, and they still have a runner at 2. So runners at 1 and 2 for Australia, still none out, and they have converted 2 runs so far in this innings alone to lead the ball game by 4-0.
And that's what makes the coach really happy is the team getting into that position to move or score runs and then to execute that with hitting. So well done.
Well, we know the quality that Australia are going to bring to this ball game as we see another bobble at third base. And those are the sort of things, I mean, you got to have some sympathy for him because he's got a bad bounce, but I know as a fielder when you make those errors, you just want to get a shovel out, dig a hole and bury yourself in it.
Yeah, tough bounce
Here it comes on the replay. Look, he's hit it hard into the dirt. It's bounced right in front of the fielder, who's done pretty well to actually keep it in front of him, but he can't stop the runner from getting to a 1. No run is scored, but Australia, with none down, now have loaded bags.
Yeah, it was a tough bounce. The other thing was it wasn't a fast, low hit.
This time a pass ball is going to allow a run to score. And you've got to keep your eyes up on this one because Aussie are making things happen at every turn. 5-0.
Yeah, they certainly executed the plan of bringing those RBIs in, and full credit. Good hard running, good hitting, and deserved lead.
Number 36, Jack Bird, up to bat for Australia now as they continue to put the hurt on the Czech Republic in this innings. It's gone from 2-0 to 5-0 in the blink of an eye. And there hasn't been anything major in it. I mean, it's not like it was happened from an automatic home run. Eugene, it's just been some smart softball, hasn't it?
Yeah, some unfortunate bounces as well. I mean, the thing I've noticed is some good at bats, some good quality at bats, and they're being patient and they're looking for the one they want. They're good on them.
They're hitting it hard into the turf. They're not getting it over the field, but they're hitting it hard into the turf. And when it starts bouncing like that, it becomes a bit of a minefield for the field.
That's right. It's almost a 50-50. Thing whether you can take it cleanly or not.
Yeah. So you do got a feel for the Czech defence at the moment, but they're doing it hard out there against an Aussie team that's on the charge.
And the one I always feel a bit tough for is the pitcher. If he can get those ground balls going, it's just he'd love his infield to gobble it up and get those out. So a little bit tough on Holderbrook.
Well, he started the innings off with 2 walks, Eugene. Remember that, but he has not pitched that badly since then. And I mean the hits are going hard into the deck. They're causing the fielding team to bobble the ball a bit, and that's cost them some runs. So you do feel for the pitcher, but on that occasion, he gets the job done, strikes out. Jack Bird for the first out in the innings. That'll bring number 7, Brendan O'Byrne. It's the bottom of the order for Australia, but like most of the batting orders here in this International Invitational Series, all of these teams bat from 1 to 9.
Yeah, and further, I mean, there's still some good quality hitters out there on the bench.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
but that makes the competition, and that's what the coach wants. He wants that competition. You want to beat out your fellow men, and so it's good to see. It's good to see that healthy inner competition within the team as well.
So there we go. It's conference time for the Czech Republic, and they probably need it. They've been beaten up a little bit in this innings, and the hurt's not over for them. Let's not forget, Aussie are only a run down Australia, putting the hurt on the Czech Republic. And we know what Australians like to do. They'll like to continue the hurt.
And probably don't really want to draw too much on that word hurt, but...
well, you know, this is an international game. It's at an international level.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you know, that we've got a huge World Bowl. It doesn't get bigger than the World Series in the men's game coming up.
That's right.
You know, in just 7 days' time. Yeah, this series down here in Palmerston North's got the top six nations, and they're all looking to prepare themselves for that World Series. And yeah, so if you can go away with bragging rights over a team and say, hey, you know, this is what we did to you just a week ago, then so be it.
The other thing we've got to understand, though, this is strictly really a good warm-up tournament, and there would be some teams not wanting to show their full aspect of it, but yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this pans out.
That shot, ladies and gentlemen, making it look like it's got ghosts above the field there from the glass behind the umpire's back. What a lovely shot. As things just darken a bit and the breeze just...
It certainly snuck up on us. 1 minute you're looking down and you're looking up and, oh, boy.
Like you say, at the moment in Palmerston North, if you want to know what the weather's like and you don't like it, just wait 5 minutes because it'll change. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's still dry at the moment, though, so we'll take advantage of it to play some fantastic softball. Doesn't get better than what Australia are doing right now in this innings. And that is definitely making sure that they put some distance between them and the Czech Republic. O'Byrne continues to bat after that conference. He slapped on out the shortstop, who makes a charge at it, takes the out at 1 for the second out of the innings. Nice work out there by Jakub Heine. Get the job done for the Czech Republic in this one. 2 down now. They make a fight back. It's 5-0 to Australia. They've runners at second and third. Back to the top of the order, however. Scott Patterson up to bat.
Czech Republic would love to get out of this without any more damage. Regroup and see what they can bring back.
Here we go. They got a pinch hitter up there, Australia. Callum Beashall, number 12, comes in for Scott Patterson. We picked that one up nice and quick, Eugene. We were a little bit slow at the start of the ball game.
Like the players, Gary, we're a little bit rusty too.
Rusty, yeah, I like that. I'd like to be able to claim that, but it's only about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago since we were at the National Fastpitch tournament.
You don't need to say too much.
Well, that was a fantastic tournament as well.
Oh, it was.
You know, and it was another chance for the Black Sox to play some quality ball and really get some games under their belts, get themselves ready as much as this tournament is for them as well, which is why it's been good to see them get a couple of games in today.
Yeah, that's right. They've been training quite well in the last 2 weeks, and talking to the manager, Casey Eden, and he said the camp this week has been really good. They've had some good scrimmages and unfortunately a couple of little niggling injuries, as you do, and but no, he's happy. He's a happy man.
No balls and two balls. Sorry, no strikes and 2 balls. There's now 1 strike and 2 balls. This is happening quite a lot now to Holobradic. He's getting behind in the counts, and Australia, as I said an innings ago, will start taking advantage of it.
No, like I said before, real good patient hitting from the Australians.
Fends that one off for a foul. 2-2 on the batter in this one. They're 5-0 down. Of course, it's all there for Australia to really take advantage of this ball game. But Czech Republic just need to chip them back one at a time. That'd be the way to go, would it?
Oh, exactly. Coach will be saying, "Hey, we're still in it. We've still got 2/3 of the game to still go." And there's plenty of time. Let's chip away. 1 run, 2 runs each innings. We'll be back in it.
We've seen in this game, as well as the Black Sox game, where Japan were able to get a really good lead and basically seal the door shut for a couple of innings and stop the Black Sox from launching any comebacks. So that'll be basically Australia's side of the coin then, looking to prevent Czech Republic from launching any form of a comeback. And we see a hard hit down the third base line for a foul. And once again, another of the Aussie batters, as you said, who are just taking the picture deep into account.
Yes, and good on them. I guess from an administrator or a tournament point of view, I'd love to see a quicker game because of these clouds and they're looming over us. But
softball doesn't always accommodate.
No.
You want a fast game before the weather sets in, you may not get it.
Yeah.
This time he's hit one out past first base. Let's see the run around the plate. He's going to come home. Nice, patient at bat from the pinch hitter. That was Callum Beashel. Scores another run for Australia. They now advance to 7-0 over the Czech Republic. You see the replay.
Oh, Beashel done his job.
Hits it right through that 3-4 hole out there. Does a great job. And this one's hit hard and deep into right field. It's one bounce into the fence, and he's fallen over, and he still stands up at second base. Gets up and gets there a little bit sheepishly, but the runner from second base has scored to advance the score now to 8-0 over the Czech Republic. Good to see he's still got a smile on his face, but that was a heck of a piece of hitting he put on there to get that ball out to the right field fence. Hard and low and flat like a laser beam.
And it's definitely one of the real contact hits we've had so far, right out to deep field, and a little bit of acrobatics surrounding first.
Acrobatics, I like that.
But looking at the dugout, they gave him a little bit of ribbing.
They gave him a little bit of ribbing. Yeah. Well, this is Australia we're talking about now. They're the king of ribbing.
But he did the job. Brought a run in, safely around to second into scoring position, and was good on him.
Right, the upshot of that, of course, is Australia continue to advance their lead over the Czech Republic. They now lead the ball game by 8-0 as we see a wild pitch go past and the runner's able to advance to 3. Very much through the order now as well, they are, since we started with Nick Shales, number 27. And we are back with Nick Shales, number 27.
Yeah, the Czech Republic just losing their way, obviously, here in this half innings. Full credit to Australia. They've been hitting some nice hits, and
it really has been a clinic now. I mean, there's no bones about it. This is what offensive hitting looks like, and they really are just making good hitting look easy out there at the moment. 3 balls, 1 strike. The defense not helping themselves though. They keep digging themselves into those hitters' counts. And that's always going to hurt you against quality opposition. So we see Shales earn his second walk of the innings. That'll bring to bat number 26, Marshall Cronk. Australian coach now believes they've got enough of a lead. He's going to start ringing the changes.
Yeah, as we said, this tournament here is to blood his players, and he's bringing in a pinch runner to run, and they've certainly got a comfortable lead at this stage to be able to do that.
Yeah, start ringing the changes. They've batted a few of their guys into form almost just in this innings alone. And you've got to feel sorry for the Czech Republic, but hey, this is how you learn as well. These are lessons, and this is a lesson that Australia are teaching them at the moment. And so, as we say, this is how you learn. And of course, we already have said at the top of the innings that Czech Republic are a very young team, predominantly under 23. They've got 8 members of their squad backing up from the 2020 under 18 World Series. So that's only 2 years ago. These guys a lot of these guys are still teenagers or 20 years old. So that's a great achievement by the Czech Republic to convert those guys so early in their careers into their senior national team.
And it's just tournaments like this, and obviously the World Cup, they can give you that experience, that continued experience.
Yep.
To build upon.
Well, the rain has just blessed us with a bit of moisture at the moment. Not hard and not threatening to be here for long, so we'll wait it out and see how it goes. 3 balls, 1 strike, and once again, we're just seeing these hitters' counts that the Czech defence just keeps digging themselves into.
Yeah, just good at-bats, good patient at-bats, and just waiting for that one in their zone.
So 3 balls, 1 strike is converted to a walk by Marshall Cronk. He goes to first base. That loads the bases up for Australia.
So the coach coming out to having a little chat, and
well, James Todd Hunter, number 99, was due to come into bat, but it looks like pinch hitting for him is going to be number 34, and that's Matt Harrow. And it looks like the Czech Republic are going to make their second change on the hill.
and coming into
is
pitch.
that Marek Marley coming back to pitch?
I think it is.
Yeah, he was our lead-off pitcher.
Yes, it was.
There we go, the change on the hill for the Czech Republic as we see Holobratic go to the dugout. He's been replaced by the opening pitcher, which was Marek Marley. Because remember in the first innings, we were led to believe by the Czech Republic's paperwork that they were going to open with Holobratic.
But they opened with, according to our paperwork, number 27, Marek Marley. So playing a few games on us, the Czech Republic, but...
hey, as you want to do.
Of course you do.
But he actually had a hard time, so he's had some time to go away and think. He's warmed up a little bit again, and I'll see him out there. And just maybe reflect a little bit on the way he came in and gave up a couple of walks early on. Found it very hard at the beginning of the first innings to find the zone, as did Holobratic. Holobratic, to be fair to him, actually settled in for a little while and was looking good. It fell away from him there in the bottom in that third innings, where he just couldn't find those early strikes that a pitcher needs to get on top of batters.
That's right. He definitely steadied the ship, but in the 30, just couldn't find that zone towards the end, and the Australians just waited and waited and waited for that pitch, and were able to deal to it when it straight over the plate.
Well, the break is taking a little bit along there, but it needs to last a little bit longer as we're slowly seeing that rain just drift away. And we'll be back and ready to go in just a minute. Bit of noise coming out of the Aussie dugout now as we'll go back to the situation at hand here in the third innings. Australia have been through their order. They have now scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs here in the third innings. And we'll just go back and check. It is indeed the top of the third innings. So they really are making the Czech Republic pay for their errors and now their wayward pitching with some and scoring very heavily.
Yeah, he painted the corner on that one. A nice reply there by Marley.
It's good to see Marley come back into the game. It's an opportunity for him to just sort of, get in and settle in and, look to hit some corners, hit some spots, and just recover a little bit from the way he started the ball game off. But
I have been very impressed with the Australian batting, even with Harrow. his patience in terms of
Well,
swing.
Matt Harrow's just come in, you're right, and he's just continuing it, you know, just staying away from the bad pitches and making sure the good pitches don't hurt him by fouling one back right there.
Glenn.
And there's a nice comeback from Marley in this one, and that will end the hurt for the Czech Republic. They gave up 6 runs in here in the bottom of the 3rd innings, and they now trail Australia by 8-0. We'll be back in just a minute with more action to see what the Czech Republic can do in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in Colquhoun Ballpark in Palmerston North, nestled in the beautiful Manawatū here in New Zealand. We've got the International Invitational Series going on right here on Diamond 1, Australia taking on the Czech Republic. We're in the bottom of the 3rd innings now, and Beesgrove going back to work for Australia. But Australia, Eugene, really did put the hurt, as I've said about 100 times, on the Czech Republic in that previous inning.
Oh, the opportunities were there. The pitching was a little bit wayward, but the pitching, when it did come over the plate, they certainly had a go at it and scored some good runs and just what they wanted, exactly what they wanted.
Certainly did put on an offensive clinic. Up to bat for the Czech Republic is number 7, Jan Hobotka. And now it's time to talk about the Aussie defence. It's almost been chalk and cheese. Beesgrove definitely on top in this one.
Yeah, and a bit more of a aggressive batting attitude shown from the Czech Republic. They're certainly swinging their bats.
Yeah, but to no avail so far. It's they've been blanked here in 3 innings of work. By Australia, whose defence have looked after Beesgrove as well. Czech Republic haven't been hitless in this one. They've put a couple out there, got themselves some opportunity to advance runners. Beesgrove just continues to look better and better.
No, great start there from Beesgrove, and just what the doctor ordered. But just talk about the Marek Marley one when he came back on in that previous innings. He did a great job.
That was superb, wasn't it? Considering what he went through
corner,
in that first innings.
Bags were loaded, and he got hit that corner and got the out. And
he came in with Aussie putting, you know, the Czech Republic to a white-hot sword. And got them out of it. And I mean, you say he got them out of it, but they were already sort of neck deep in it to the tune of 6 runs.
No,
but,
good on him. Good on him. So he's obviously shook off his nerves.
Yeah, calm and coolly do that. It was a great effort. Top of the order for Czech Republic, who, in contrast to their Australian counterparts, have not had a lot of batting practice. Lucas Kubat, number 10. Up to bat for the Czech Republic. Kubart actually managed to get himself on base in the first innings. Perfect lead-off hit out to the fence for a stand-up double.
He's one of the old school, the running hit hitters.
Definitely shaping that way. He's a lefty. He's starting way back in the back of the box, and he's looking to advance as the ball comes towards him. Just as you say, ladies and gentlemen, to give himself that extra metre or so run towards first base after he slap hits it out into the infield. And there you go. There's a fine example of it. Not able to be executed. Beesgrove continues to dominate the Czech Republic batting. Another strikeout. I make that 5 strikeouts for him and now in 3 innings of work.
No, great work from Beesgrove. He's just been hitting those corners. He threw in a nice little change-up previously that I thought was very impressive. Doing a great job.
And there's a high change-up. Looks to drop through the zone, but it doesn't. 96, third baseman Nicholas Klaus up to bat for the Czech Republic.
And Australians will be very happy with today's play in both, especially taking out that first win in the first game this morning, and playing some good solid softball here, and seeing Beesgrove hold the Czech Republic down. And
well, let's not forget we talked about the world champions Argentina, and they've yet to play on Diamond 1 here at Colquhoun Ballpark, but they did play on Diamond 2. And that was a loss to this Australian team by 3 runs to 2. So it must have been a very, very tight ball game.
It just really go either way with these teams, and who, it depends obviously who they're pitching and playing and that. But
there we go. We see Czech Republic have had opportunities with runners on base, as we see Klaas earn a walk, goes to first base. First chink in the armour for Beesgrove. Number 19, Thomas Klein, up to bat for the Czech Republic. It's a hard cut at the first pitch from Beesgrove. Well, the other thing to mention, of course, is pitching's very much a team event, and you've got another man there, and that's the catcher, Jack Burt. What have you made of him so far in this ball game?
No, he's been tight. He's been calling a good game, and anything that's been a little bit rough in the edges, he certainly restricted it from going back. So no, I've been very impressed with the battery here in this game.
Yes, of course. Like I say, Jack Burt, he's shown a clean pair of heels so far, no mistakes. There's a nice change up that doesn't find the plates, this time from Beesgrove. 2 balls, 1 strike. First time we've seen him 2 batters in a row going behind the hit counts. Comes back strongly.
Nice reply.
Well, we did say on many occasions so far today, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. Well, it's fine again. It's warm again.
It's sunblock stuff again.
Long may it last again.
Supposedly we've had that rough stuff come down from Australia, the whole country, but the outlook for the weekend wasn't great, but mate, I'll take this. We'll take this.
Yes, of course, that World Series is looming, and every opportunity these guys to see a nice job. This time, Beesgrove gets the job done for his 3rd strikeout, 6th strikeout of the match. We're now 3 innings complete in this ball game. Australia leading it by 8-0 over the Czech Republic, and we'll be back in just a minute to see what happens in the 4th innings. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Australia getting ready to bat here in this match between them and the Czech Republic here on Diamond One action we have here at Colquhoun Ballpark. Julian Jamot, it is for Australia, watches the first pitch go past for a strike. And 4 innings, we're into the middle stages of this ball game. What do you think, Eugene? How's things gone for you so far?
Yeah, it's really stemmed from that the pitching aspect, I think, for me. The Czech Republic struggled initially with Mali and Holderwick come back, but yeah, no, the Australians also just been hitting those, just hitting those pitches and that they haven't quite been there, that have not quite been there for the Czechs, and good on them. And there's been some good solid hits.
Yep.
And they're fully deserved the lead.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen an offensive clinic from Australia in that 3rd innings where they put 6 runs on the Czech Republic and really have distanced them at 8-0. You start to worry that this game is going to go the distance, but that's on Czech Republic to justify that. As that rumbling you hear in the background, if you can hear it through our mics, is not my stomach. It's it's the thunders. The thunder start beginning to happen around us as the Palmerston North weather begins to let us know that it's not finished with us yet. But that's a nice, and Mali, after the start that he had with those 2 walks and then being dragged off, has come back and started off with 2 strikeouts. So 1 in the last innings and 1 in this innings. So that's absolutely brilliant for him.
Well, whatever the magic milkshake he downed.
I know, right, eh?
He's certainly come back and pitched really well. And
number 4, Josh White, up to bat for Australia now. There's a hard cut at the first pitch. So it was a little bit hard to get a read on Mali in that first innings, but based on his work, 3 batters so far, I'm now very impressed with what he's bringing to the middle out there.
And unfortunately, with that that thunder that we just heard, I just looked over to the vendors, and I'm not sure if that's a good sign, my friend. I've just seen the ice cream lady shut shop and start heading off, and.
Well, let's not dwell on that and just dwell on the fact that if you look at our screens right now, there's nothing but blue sky.
Oh, I know.
And we'll go with that shot right there. And
that's actually a beautiful shot, eh? That's a nice shot.
Fantastic, and gives you a real view of just how marvellous this ball ground is at Colquhoun Park for everyone here to enjoy. And we do have a lot of people enjoying the softball. It does swell a bit, of course, as it's wont to do when the Black Sox are playing. But it has been fantastic to see the way the crowds have supported this tournament so far.
It has, and a credit not only for the crowds, but all the volunteers that we've seen down here, all the young players, all the rep teams that have been here to help out this weekend, and it's just been fantastic locally. And and I've talked to a few of the managers and players. They're really impressed with the grounds and that. So because a lot of them are new, new to.
Well, it's hard not to be impressed with the ground facilities here, as we see Mali walks Josh White 2-1. Bringing to bat will be number 36, Jack Burt.
Good at bat there from White.
Just continues that patience that you keep mentioning
very patient.
there, Eugene, that the Aussie batters are just happy to let the odd strike go through and then really punish anything that's across the middle of the zone. Or in the end, as Josh White did, is pick a walk. Getting on base, that's the thing. Bodies on base and moving them. That's the important thing for any team in this ball game. That one over the top is too hot to handle for the catcher. And Josh White, in very quick succession, has managed to move all the way around to third base. Now, as you can see on there, he's quite an imposing figure, so I don't know if you'd want to be in front of the catcher in front of that as he comes home. So, yeah, certainly, if that does happen.
No, it goes to show, just that one at-bat, that good, patient at-bat, and with a bit of fortune in that, is you're able to go around to third, none out. A great scoring opportunity again for Australia.
Well, Marek Marley has come out, he's done very well, and has done 2 strikeouts, but just gone back with that walk a step or so, and just needs to come out again and establish himself against this batter. Because their future in the ball game is probably depends on it in many respects.
Yeah, you're right.
One down of the runner on 3. And there's another nice job. He throws very hard, and that rise ball is a hard rise ball. Now
nice comeback there from Ali's, and able to get his second strikeout as well in this innings.
Okay, Jack Burton, that'll bring to bat number 7 for Australia, Brendan O'Byrne. And of course, we don't have the speed radar on these guys this week, but Chico, get your head out of that bag, Chico. That's our cameraman out there, Chico from Canada, doing a fantastic, there he is, give a good wave and a thumbs up, fantastic work out there, Chico. But Chico's come all the way from Canada to be put to work by Ballpark Broadcasting. He's absolutely loving it. He's a wonderful guy to talk to, and is an absolute aficionado of the game of softball. He's by all accounts a very good coach in Canada. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got softballing experts all over the diamond here for Ballpark Broadcasting. As Marek Marley continues to go to work out there, he's looking a lot better than he did in the first innings. He throws that one over the top. Nice work and athletic work there by the catcher. At 8-0, yeah, you're not going to risk a third out on that one, are you? Possible injury.
No, you're not. No.
So no hint of the run scoring from third base. Three balls, 1 strike on O'Byrne in this one. And O'Byrne has launched one into the heavens. It's gone back deep, but the left fielder is underneath it. He takes the catch out there. Nice work by Jana Spodka, and he ends the top of the 4th innings. Australia no runs in this one. They continue to lead the ball game by 8-0 over the Czech Republic. We'll be back in just a minute with more action.
Te Rao Te Raukura is back for 2023. We're accepting stall space applications right now. For commercial or non-commercial groups, find out more details over on Facebook or call us on 0800 Raukura.
No mai haere mai, ladies and gentlemen. It's awesome to have you back with us here at Colquhoun Ballpark. We are now in the bottom of the 4th innings in this ball game between Australia and the Czech Republic. It's been a one-horse race so far, with Australia leading by 8-0. Czech Republic up to bat now here in the bottom of the fourth innings. Will be looking to answer and come back in this one. My co-commentator Eugene Giles been with me all. Eugene Giles. Told you I'd have to write it down.
No, you're
Eugene
right.
Gilbert.
Hey, I've been called worse, my friends. They know you're fine.
I got half your name and half your boss's name.
And that's all right. You put his name in there, you'll be happy. But
Eugene, yeah, I mean, Aussie really did put in a clinic to advance the score out to 8-0, and Czech Republic will be looking to use those sticks now.
yes, exactly. Again, they'll be looking to just get something, get on, and get something started, try and get some rhythm going. And if they can just chip away, there's still another 4 innings, and there's still time on this side. But the way Australia's been pitching and hitting, it'll be tough.
This one's launched higher in the air. It's the shortstop who's going back to get it. He's doing a lot of dancing out there. He's been called off it by the left fielder. Nice play by the Australian defence. That's exactly what should have happened. If you're going to read the textbook, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly how that play should have looked.
Yeah, exactly. It's simply an easier catch for an outfielder coming in on those midfield bloopers kind of thing. So nice play all the way around.
Up to bat for the Czech Republic, number 99, Wojciech Buchner. Here we go, Beesgrove pulls the strings on that one, and that is a stinky change-up, ladies and gentlemen, as it just drifts gently into the catcher's glove.
Oh, that is, yeah, exactly. And the one you'll see too with the Argentinians later on tonight when they play the Black Sox, they've really been able to master that change-up, and it's one of their...
Yeah, one of the real weapons.
Oh, boy, it's a weapon. It's one of the most horrible things as a hitter, is that, just all about timing. And hats off to Argentina. They've just done a fantastic job on that repertoire.
Well, it is so good to see so many top quality international pitchers here at this tournament. Of course, that's what you get when you get the top 6 nations at a tournament. But just to see this much class in one place, how good is that?
Exactly. Oh, there's a few people I've caught up with today that have just said they've come all this way just to see, players they read about all the time, hear about, listen about, watch, and just to see them in person, it's just a highlight for them.
Well, if you can't make it to the World Series and you can make it here, this is going to be a little bit of an appetizer, a teaser, if you will, of what's coming up for us in the next 10 days. Well, not in the next 10 days, starting from November the 26th, 10 days on from there to decide who is going to be, for the first time in nearly 3 years, 3.5 years, the new world champion.
That's right. And they're hungry. They're all hungry.
And there we go. That's a walk this time. Buchner goes down to first base. Number 9, Jakub Heine, up to bat.
Yeah, just the last few batters I've seen Beesgrove just struggling. Maybe a little bit of fatigue. Just hasn't been quite as accurate as he has been in his first 3 innings.
Yep. Yeah, he's given up the odd walk, but he still followed that up with some pretty quality strikes, as we see one go right across the top of the knees there for a strike.
No, I love his outside. His curve, he throws hard onto that outside corner. It's
an
really
interesting one when you make that point, Eugene, because in the previous innings he gave up a walk, you're right, but he also took 3 strikeouts, and he only faced 4 batters. So yeah, it's 1 minute he kind of looks a little bit fatigued when he gives up a walk, and then he comes back strongly and and sits a few of these guys down. There's that change up again, this time off the plate. Doesn't tempt the batter to swing. One down in this innings. And it does surprise me that we haven't seen the Czech Republic coaching staff try and get this runner across the 2 with maybe a steal or something like that, anything to get that guy closer to home plate.
Yeah, well, we saw this morning with the Canadian game, there was a bit of urgency, and I saw a lot more urgency in the game. It did cause one of their players to get hurt and he had to go and get checked up. Fortunately, it's a little bit of a sprain on the wrist. It's nothing broken, which is great. So maybe coaches are probably not as...
a little bit wary of what they're willing to risk in terms of what's ahead in the future.
Because, oh boy, you wouldn't wish it on anyone to have a player go out before the World Cup with something like...
At this stage?
Yeah,
no, he certainly wouldn't. No. This one just off the plate. Yeah, it's an interesting point you make because it is a balancing act for them. They have a squad. The thing about injury, it's possible at any time. You know, these guys they scrimmage pretty hard when they play and training, I mean. Otherwise, you know, when you go to live practice and you want to play hard, you know, and in a game like this, when you've got a World Series around the corner, you do have to be mindful, I suppose. As I said, this one's going into shallow centre field. Neither field was able to get it, and this time the runner's around in third. He's been told to go home. He's coming in at the same time as the ball, and they're unable to be caught, and he's safe.
And a nice,
nice piece of running.
A nice bloop hit, but a nice piece of hard running there from the runner who was on first, and obviously 2 outs. He was off and gunning for home, and
there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your replay on screen right there. It's a high fly ball into centre field. It's unable to be caught out there. The runner just rounds 2. And that's the runner, that's the hitter. And here comes the runner running home. You see how close it's going to be. If that's cleanly taken, I'm pretty sure he would have been cold, but that's what pressure does. He slides in home and he is safe.
And I have to give credit to the centre fielder for that attempted catch. It would have been a beautiful
well, it looked like at the last second there, Eugene, that the left fielder might have just called off it.
Yeah.
But the upshot of it is 1 run to the Czech Republic here in the bottom of the 4th innings. But also the guy that hit that hit is now out at third base there and looking like 60 feet from home. 2 outs in the ball game, however, in the inning. One ball, 1 strike. And there's another quick look at that hit. Nice work. And we're just talking about the coaches and the decisions they had to make. Well, that coach did not hesitate to send that runner home. In that situation, he saw that he had an opportunity for a run, and he took it.
In fact, I don't think that runner would even listen. He was chugging it.
He only had eyes for one destination.
That's right.
Yeah. And that looked like it's going to be checked for a swing, and the blue out there says yes, it was. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Czech Republic have opened their account in this ball game. They still trail, however, from Australia by 8 runs to 1. We're heading into the top of the 5th innings, and now it's all on the Czech Republic to come back. We'll see what happens with more action in just a minute.
90 and more.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Colquhoun Ballpark here in Palmerston North, where we're looking at the Czech Republic continuing in this one against Australia. It's Australia that lead by 8 runs to 1, and if I'm very much mistaken, we have... there we go. And there you see the young fella getting the rub there from is Gerbes, the under-18 star that pitched a fantastic World Series final 2 years ago here at Colquhoun Ballpark against Japan. Now, that young man was one of the most impressive pitchers at that tournament, and it's good to see that his career has advanced to the point where he is now looking at going to a Senior World Series. So there he is, the young man, the young star from Czech softball, getting ready to do some work, I'm sure, at some stage during this tournament.
Yeah, as we saw 2 years ago, Gary, we saw the talent that he had and how he got them to that final, and the future's promising. Good on him. He's got a great attitude. He's got a great desire to learn as well, and you can't ask for much more.
What a great final that was too. I was here that day. You had the Czech Republic. It was their first grand final, and the Japanese team, they looked every bit the superstars that they ended up being in that tournament, the Japanese. And just the emotion and the joy that the Czech boys experienced with that silver medal that day, and it just really was something to remember from that tournament. And easily mirrored, as it does, by a team that wins, by the Japanese that took away the gold medal.
Oh, that's right.
Just some fantastically emotional moments from that tournament from both of those teams.
You don't often see the second place team probably just as happy as the first place team.
It's amazing.
Oh, they were tickled.
They were absolutely on cloud 9. They played that final fantastically well. They played some tough softball, and they had to against that Japanese team. It wasn't enough on the day, but wow, just an awesome day softball here at Colquhoun Ballpark that was. We'll continue with that one, however, as we see Mally come back with a pitch that's bounced up and hit the umpire, who doesn't seem to be fazed at all by it as he wants to get going. It's not him that's called the break, it's the pitcher. Our umpire at home plate, again, fantastic job he's done out there. There we see the replay on that pitch. Bang, down and up. We won't mention where that looked like to hit. But I've been impressed with Marley with the way he's come back after his early troubles in that first innings. Very impressed.
Yeah, no, he couldn't even throw a strike the first three batters, and the footing, I think, got to him.
It gets to them, yes it does, and I've seen it a couple of times today, but it gets in the head too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And
they find it hard to shake it off.
Well, when you're concentrating on what, not wanting to, twist your ankle or step wrong, but he's certainly come back with a roar, and good on him. He's maybe practiced a little bit more out there on the side, and he's come back a lot better.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and that was a strikeout from the Australian batters. And we're in the top of the 5th innings. There we go, and of course Australia doubling up in this one. They've got a double header as it's Japan and versus Australia in Diamond 1 action here at Colquhoun Park. So this ball game might not have too much longer to go as we see another strikeout. But don't you go anywhere, because we're going to be back with more action pretty quickly after this ball game with some more top international softball.
Yeah, and a nice strike 3 there from Mali, and Matthews knew it straight away. He just walked straight off So no, a nice comeback here from the pitcher, and be one of the first innings we go 3 up, 3 down if he can make it work. But good on him.
Well, there we go. Australia ringing the changes, and up to bat is number 10, Riley James. As they want to do when you've got a little bit of a buffer. 7 runs in this case between them and Czech Republic, about 8 runs to 1. But Australia just given the opportunity for their bench to blow off some cobwebs as well in this ball game, Eugene.
And fairly so. I mean, the name of this tournament is to give everyone have a look, get a feel for the ground, acclimatise, because in 7 days' time you're expected to give it 110 and hopefully be there. You know, you have your eye in and be able to pitch and hit with the rhythm.
That's going to break the bats. 26, the first baseman, Marshall Cronk.
Number 26, Marshall Cronk, up to bat for Australia now. 2 down, both strikeouts and a walk. It's become a similar pattern for both pitchers. Lots of strikeouts followed by the odd walk. Excuse me. Now, there's a lot of the way Australia have played in this ball game and the way Beesgrove has pitched. That game against Japan coming up after this one's going to be a real corker, isn't it?
It will be it'll be a doozy, and that's where I could see Folkard looking to pitch.
You'll see this time it hits through the shortstop, and it's Australia now who make a 2-out comeback. Runners on the corners, with number 34 up to bat, and that is Matt Harrow. Nice bit of batting there from Cronk. He hit that very hard through the shortstop there.
No, nice 2-out hit there to keep the momentum going, and Harrow will look to drive it up the middle.
Harrow pinch hitting for Todd Hunter. Watches the first pitch go past for a strike. Well, whatever happens right here with the next out, it's 3 outs for the game for Australia, and 180 feet for another run for the Czech Republic to keep it going. There's your equation, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the tournament organiser hat on would probably lean towards the 3 up, 3 down scenario, but
hey, you're a commentator.
That's right.
You're doing a marvellous job of that, so we'll keep that hat on here at the moment. We'll leave your other job out of this.
We just want to see softball, good softball.
Us softball fans just want to see some good hard softball and long last out there.
That's right.
Two and two on this one. To the batter, Cronk. Fouls that one back. Count will stay 2 and 2. Loving that shot with all those beautiful white fluffy clouds in the background. Beautifully framed by that blue sky.
That's a real beautiful shot. I like it, eh?
Of course, we've got the flags of all the nations out there flying. And there we go. There's another strikeout for O'Malley in this one. And that's the top of the 5th inning complete. 4 batters up and 3 batters out. 3 of them struck out by O'Malley. A nice job. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th innings to see what the Australian defence can do in just a minute. lead for Australia is 8 runs to 1, and that means in this innings the run-ahead rule will come into effect. So 3 outs for the game for Australia to end things, and a run needed to score at least from the Czech Republic to continue things on.
Yeah, one of those things with it's peculiar to our game is the mercy run rule, and I'm sure Australia would like to try and tie this down and refocus for the next game, and get Adam in there and get the crowd going.
Try not to fanboy too much there. But you do, I mean, you've got 6 of the top nations in the world here, and it's hard not to sort of think, wow, you know, that's the cream of the crop. There's superstars everywhere you look, you know. None less so than our own Golden Homes Black Sox, you know, who are stacked with names that we know throughout softball. But, you know, and with the 2 games that they've had 2 losses. It just really does underline the fact that even at home, if you're not playing at 110% your best, then these teams are good enough to take you down. And that's true of anyone versus anyone in this tournament. In this one, it's Australia, who have stamped their authority probably on the tournament. Firstly, by beating Argentina this morning, 3-2, which is a great effort by them to take down the current reigning world champions. And then, of course, one of the, call them maybe upstarts of world softball, who have forced their way into the reckoning of most people's thinking about World Series thinking. Everybody sort of acknowledges that there's several teams, probably 6, and the 6 that are here, that have a shot at winning this tournament, are all here. But let's not forget there's 6 other teams that are arriving, due to arrive. United States as well as several others, so it's going to be just an amazing event.
That's right, and the thing about it was and that brings out the joy when you get down to the business end of things, and getting through those tough semis and knockouts, and then to win the final. It's so gratifying because it's so blinking tight. It's so, you can be so close, and it's a hit here, hit there, and you know, you just don't want an error or anything like that to come in the way.
Well, 1 down. We've seen the first Czech batter go down on that run out by Beesgrove. Fires it across the 1. That one goes through the middle of the zone.
Yeah, got another 3rd day tomorrow to get through, and yeah, we're looking to get as many games as we can in.
Yep. And that first out, of course, was Lucas Kubak. Nicholas Klaus is in the batting box right now.
And just with the weather forecast playing the,
well, it's played havoc with us again today. It's been nowhere near as bad as it was yesterday because we're still playing for the first thing. This time yesterday we were just about all on our way home. But that was a nice hard hit out to left field. And Nicholas Klaus has really got us going with a safe hit. The Czech Republic with 1 down now have a runner out on the diamond.
That's going to bring us back number 19, the first baseman, Palmerston.
2 out, yep. 2 outs, sorry, 2 outs. Nice pitch, Beesgrove, very impressive. And, to my mind, with only 1 out and Czech Republic looking to score at least 1 run, he's going to be the winning pitcher, I think. How's that for a prediction?
Well, I might give you the benefit of the doubt on that one, Gary, but I've been so impressed with his pitching. I just think his change-up, it's knee buckling. It's almost embarrassing trying to...
Oh, yeah.
I like it. And that outside curve. So, no, he's been very impressive in today's outing. And
very well
full
backed
credit
up by his defence out there.
Yeah, no, tidy defence as well. So, no, well-drilled unit.
Well, of course, we did see Australia score runs in the first and second innings before they went and put 6 on in the third innings. Nothing since then, but that's basically the winning of the ball game right there, isn't it?
It sure is. It took advantage of just some pitching that wasn't quite there.
Yep.
And full credit, drove in the runs, drove in the RBIs, and
some wayward pitching.
Name of the game.
And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that following this ball game, we've got another top quality encounter for you with Australia taking on Japan. And Japan, one of the real superstar teams at this tournament, regardless of their ranking. As there we see, Beesgrove gets the job done with yet another strikeout for the third out here in the innings. And that'll end it for this one, ladies and gentlemen, with Australia running out the winners by 8 runs to 1 over the Czech Republic. Eugene, your final thoughts on this ball game?
Yeah, Australia really stamped their mark on this game. They showed that that their hitting is very good, very patient, waiting for the ones they wanted. Beesgrove pitched a great match. So Czech Republic, the pitching was just not quite there. And it showed. So no, full credit to Australia. A great game for today.
Well, congratulations to Australia. They've taken the win in this one. They get the bragging rights for now. They've got to take on Japan in just a few minutes' time. But I'm Gary Rahi for Ballpark Broadcasting and Eugene Gilbert. We're going to sign off for this one now. It's been our pleasure to bring you this game live here at Colquhoun Ballpark. But don't go away, because we'll be back with more in just a few minutes' time, and we'll be getting it on once again. Goodbye.